Everyone, it's me, Tony J. So, I wanted to visit with everyone about a few things, and I'm sorry if my eyes go back and forth. I'm not, used to the whole video and doing everything yet, especially with this phone. It's a little, it's a 16 gig phone. It does good for me. It does what I need it to do. Of course, I want to get where I've actually got some good good video camera and some things going on. Maybe do some editing. But I wanted to visit with everyone today about raising your credit score. I know there are companies out there that say they can raise your credit score. You pay them, a fee, and then what they do is they dispute everything on your credit report, which is something that you can actually do through the credit bureaus yourself. And so basically what ends up happening is some of the creditors that you have may not be able to find your contract or may not be able to find, your account. So what they do is after 30 days, they have to remove that. 30 days from the dispute, they have to remove that from your credit bureau. And so what ends up happening is somewhere down the road, the collection company or the creditor may find your contract or find that debt, and then they go ahead and they put it back on your credit report. So people are paying a lot of money for something that isn't really beneficial to them. It's not going to work because eventually that comes back to haunt you. Another scenario is people will dispute people pay a company to dispute something on their credit report. The company disputes it. That company the creditor isn't able to find it, so they remove it, but then later on they may sell all of their unpaid debts to another creditor, and then by selling it to the other creditor, this other creditor finds this debt that you owe, and so then they end up putting that right back on your credit report. So either way, you're losing your money that you paid to these individuals, these companies, and then you're also losing money. Then you're also just, spending time and effort on all of this stuff that's not going to do you any good, because eventually that's going to come back. That's going to come back to haunt you. So I would say stay away from those types of companies. I have talked to people that say they work. I've talked to people that with the same scenario. They said it worked for a while, but then they just sold the debt to somebody else, and somebody else placed it right back on their credit report. So like $199 that this person was out for no reason. And again, that's something that you can do on the three credit bureaus yourself. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion all have a dispute resolution link, or a dispute, a place where you can actually dispute all those items. The unfortunate part, you can't do just one and it affects all three. You have to go to all three individually and and dispute whatever items that are on your credit report. And then just hope for the best. Just hope that they can't find it or whatever. And, dispute it. I've heard some people say that you can dispute it and say, that there's no contract, and that they will have to dispute it because they can't provide a contract or a signature. Again, I don't know. I've never personally tried that route myself before. But these are just a few tips that I wanted to help some people out with, because I know credit is a huge thing to us. And, in this economy, a lot of people have bad credit. It's really horrible right now at the amount of debt people are in, and the credit, credit dilemma that we're in. Even a lot of jobs ask to see your credit report. So, the best thing to do is, start paying those items off one at a time. TransUnion has a really nice website. It's I can't believe I just forgot it. Credit Karma. Sorry about that. Yeah, Credit Karma. You can actually view your credit report for free. Experian has one. It's creditreport.com. You can pay just the $1 fee. See it one time, you won't get a score with it, but those scores are deceptive anyways, because there are so many factors that go into the credit scoring system that you can't judge your credit score on one thing and then it be standard across the board. Because there are hundreds of different types of ways to score, or maybe even thousands. It's going to depend on what the bank is looking for, or what the car companies are looking for, or whatever the case may be that you're applying for credit. there's a lot of different scenarios to put out there. So there's not just one standard score. There are even many FICO scores. So this is just, like I said, this is just a few tips. I hope it'll help you out. If you have any questions or anything, definitely email me, message me on YouTube in the comments below, and I will do everything that I can to answer as many questions as accurately as I can. I do want to state right now that I am not giving credit advice. This is just some experience that I've personally had. Some other things that I've heard are about raising your credit score is definitely start paying on the items that are there. Start with the lowest, work your way to the highest, or make monthly payments to each one of them. Set you a budget if you can do that. If you can't, then I understand that for sure. But another thing that I found out was supposed to help you with your credit score is two major credit cards not spending more than 25% of what you owe them, or what your credit limit is, and then making your minimum monthly payments instead of just paying it off in full at the first of every month. It doesn't work that way. They want to see that you've got credit available and that you're able to make your payments on time every month without going overboard. And, that's some of the things that they look for. Bankruptcies do hurt, but at the same time, you can recover from that. But anyways, just wanted to put this out there. If you can think of any questions, or if I can think of anything else, I'll put it in another video. But right now, these are just some things that were coming across my mind. I wanted to take, 5-7 minutes and say, see what we could come up with as far as helping someone out. Don't waste your money on foolish scams of when people say, well, we can get rid of your credits. We can raise your credit score. They might be able to raise your credit score for a few months, but it's going to come right back down. About the only way to do it is just to pay it off. So anyways, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm going to put in some links, hopefully some links that will help you guys out in the future. And again, I'm Tony J. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you